Hi everybody, my name is David Ritchie. I'm the Careers Advisor here at St John's, and you know we work together to explore the implications of your options moving on from year 11 into the sixth form, to college, to apprenticeships, etc. That's the usual focus of our meetings. What I want to talk about today is Unifrog. Now Unifrog I introduced you to last year, and you all registered, and I know some of you have used it quite a lot. Some of you have used it rather less, but that's fine. I'm now going to remind you of that functionality and try to encourage you to dip back into it considerably as you go through year 11. And you'll find it's a really helpful mechanism, again, also for you and I to communicate if we're not necessarily always meeting face to face, just so we can keep in touch and keep pushing on with you're thinking about your next steps. And those are kind of reflected in this next slide. There you are, bottom left, on your GCSE programs, and moving through that to think about whether you will stay put here and study an A-level program or a mixed A-level BTEC program, or look at another school perhaps, or look at local colleges. But all of it will be about building a body of evidence to say the most appropriate place for me to be next is, and that evidence will be around the activities you've done, the events you've been a part of, and the skills that you recognize in yourself. And Unifrog uniquely has the opportunity to capture skills and activities that you've taken part in. So you have just got this building evidence base to say, looking back on it, this is helpful in your transition from GCSEs, Key Stage 4, into Key Stage 5, be it here or somewhere else. And then the continuing journey through the sixth form to be thinking about higher education, gap years, careers, degree apprenticeships. Again, all that functionality is within Unifrog. And you don't have to wait till you're in the sixth form to use it. It's all active and you can dip into it anytime you like. In fact, so you should. It's important as you make your choices of what you might do post-16 that you are beginning to also think of the implications post-18. Yeah, so Unifrog takes you all the way through that. And that's what I want just to show you in this presentation, just to remind you of what it can do and why you should dip back in periodically. So this is the first of 3 slides that pretty much share with you the principal tools within the program. Some of you have, and many of you haven't actually done the interest profile and personality profile. That's fine, not critical. It's a nice entry-level activity if you want to get back into Unifrog. It's industry standard Myers-Briggs psychometric testing. It's kind of interesting, and the net results feed back into you looking at careers and subjects that you might want to follow through with. Not to be followed slavishly, absolutely not, just as a discussion starter. Top right there says Careers Library, and remember, in that one tool, you have got access to the most thorough information on some 700 odd different careers. And it's not just text, it's photographs, and it's an extensive video library. So it's a really multi-layered way of learning. It's really interesting. And the subjects library, middle left there, behaves in the same way. It's a multi-level, multi-layered text, photograph, and video-based information. But this time not driven by your interest in a career, but actually interest in a subject. So, for example, biology, where might it lead? History, where might it lead? And then just play around with subject combinations. The Know-How Library is just the most phenomenally deep resource. Again, text-based, photograph-based, and video-based on all sorts of topics. I'm not even going to begin to try and list them. You just need to go there and explore that for yourself. Underneath that, the webinars, it's kind of an extension of the Know-How Library, but in video format. And then middle right there in turquoise, something called a MOOC, which is massive open online courses, which in the main is used by the sixth form. But if you're up for it, you can embark on some of those courses too. They are really for you wanting to read around a subject in more detail. And there are MOOCs on just endless topics. Have a look-see, but indeed, maybe you might find that a more valuable tool in the sixth form. Next page, top 2, look at activities and competences, which I referenced in my summary page. The activities is where you can begin to build evidence of things you have done, whether it's a sporting thing, a musical thing, a drama thing, creative thing, a leadership, teamwork, responsibility thing, all manner of opportunities to record the events and activities you have done. Because one day, for sure, you are going to find that useful to reference back to evidence in a CV or an online application to college, even the sixth form, but most certainly higher education, part-time jobs and full-time jobs, and most definitely degree apprenticeships. And likewise with competences. Another word for competences is skills. Here's an opportunity to be exposed to 11 or 12 really key skills, key competences, and for you to think back in your mind as to where you have experience of evidencing those, and you can record it there. Particularly valuable for evolving a really, really powerful CV and application. Interactions, if you remember, is where I can communicate with you. If we meet, I will write up some notes, as like as not, and I will pop them into the interactions element of Unifrog. And if I write up a report, I can save it as a PDF, and I can actually put the PDF in your locker within the interactions field. I can upload videos into there, I can put newsletters into there, all sorts of things that I think may be useful. I can give to you all as a year group or one-on-one. We'll see, yeah. Underneath that, more research. You can research the 300 or so universities and 35,000 courses that there are to explore. Oxbridge is particularly information about applications to Oxford and Cambridge and the intricacies of that. The apprenticeship section is looking at all levels, intermediate, advanced, higher, and degree apprenticeship. So you can look at those from now as a transition from 16 all the way through to 18 and beyond. There's information there in that blended learning pattern I was talking about before, of video and photograph and text, but also direct hyperlinks to make applications. Underneath that, looking at colleges, looking at events and opportunities also that you may want to explore and dip into and record against. And the last two, I've talked a bit about the locker already. That's where I can download information that I think you're going to find useful. Likewise, you too can download information into your own locker of things that you might have done that you're particularly proud of, and you think you may want to use those in some future application. And the CV Builder is just a super simple template that deconstructs a fairly straightforward CV, allows you to reconstruct it with your evidence in compartments, and then eventually reconstruct it in a really nice format for you. And remember, I hope if you look at your phones, you may have still got your Unifrog icon on your Apple phone or Android phone. But if you haven't, please put it there, because it just makes it so much easier. But remember, you cannot get it from Apple Store or from Google Play. You need to do it slightly differently. And what you need to do is get the Unifrog program open on your phone, on your device, and then you need to go to the options button, which on an Apple is the upward pointing arrow, and on an Android it's the 3 dots or the 3 horizontal lines. And then in each case, find the option that says add to home screen. And then that will plonk the Unifrog icon on your home screen and give you direct access. Then all you need to do is log in. But this is just a couple of the pages I want you to explore most immediately. Get into the careers library, have a look at some careers, enjoy the photographs, enjoy the videos, enjoy the reading, and allow that to inform your decision making. And likewise with the subject library, there's a keyword search area. Put in anything you like. It can be a subject that you currently are studying that you love, or a subject you might want to take forward in the future. And again, enjoy the video content, the photographic content, and the textual content, all about those different areas, and see where it leads. And here's just an example of how you record your activities. Super simple, just in very few words, record your role in the activity, what the activity type was, a short description, and when you did it. And then you have got that held in Unifrog for whenever you need it to make a future application. And so finally, in conclusion, I come back to where I started. It's a tool to support your progression, yeah, from GCSEs through A-levels, onto degree programs, gap years, degree apprenticeships, all evidence-based through the events you've done, the activities you've taken part in, and a thorough analysis of the skills you've got and are developing. So come back to Unifrog routinely. You'll have a chance within PSHE, you'll have a chance within TCT, but don't just leave it at that. Just if you have a spare 2 or 3 minutes, it's all you need. Hop onto the site, do a little research, upload something, capture a piece of information under skills or activities, and just let it slowly build. Okay, thank you for listening. I'm looking forward to catching up and seeing how you crack on with it. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.